Hi everybody, Sue from Art Craft and Journals. Today's video is a Take 5 art video, and there are several different people doing it. I did actually hear about it, I think, from Julia McNeil, and I also noticed that AmiraInOz Crafts also did one. You can see here that I've grabbed some bits and pieces. There's a photograph and some distress inks, and what it is you're given some prompts. The prompts were photograph, foliage, coral colour, journaling and yellow. So with those you put them together and make a page. You can see I've got the prompts there. The photograph I grabbed was actually a photograph I bought from an Etsy store. It's came as a package, and it's actually of Athens, so a market in Athens. And the reason I chose that was because it's a place that I've always wanted to visit. So you can see I'm actually starting with some yellow paint, and it was a Dina Wakley one, and I'm just applying it with my little brayer. I like doing it this way. I love the texture it gives on a page. And you can see I try not to waste paint, so I've just used the remaining paint by pressing it down, and I am drying it because I need to get a move on and get the page done. I decided I'd like to put a little bit of texture by using a stamp. So that's just a Kaiser Craft stamp that I use occasionally just for a little bit of texture. And now I need to make the colour coral. I actually don't have any paint that was coral in colour. So what I've got is, I think that's a blushing. I think it's called blushing. And I'm not sure what this one, the red, is. It could be ruby. And I've mixed the two together to try and get what I considered a sort of a corally colour. There are obviously different shades of the coral. But I thought that one would do. Now, as you can see, still rolling it on, and you really have to keep rolling it to get a sort of a nice texture to the page. It's sometimes that first roll, you can, as you can see, you can get quite a heavy line along the sides. So I like to try and keep rolling it to get rid of those lines. Okay, just quickly drying it. Now, I did choose a couple of stencils that I have with sort of, I guess it's foliage sort of designs. And I just thought it needed a little bit more texture, so I've just used some distress inks. I believe that's fossilized amber. And I'm just going around the edges as well with it. I felt it needed a little bit more of the yellow. And I did change over to I think it's barn door, this one, just for a little bit more. It's not really obvious, it's just a bit of a subtle addition to the background. But I think it just gives a little bit more texture to it. Now, just having a look how I'm going to place my photo on the page. And I do have that stencil. This is from the Reject Shop, this stencil. And of course I'm using green because, well, leaves are green. So this is my foliage part. Wasn't too happy with how that came out. I think that was pistachio distress ink. And it wasn't as dark as I would have liked. But when I finished, I was quite happy with it because it was, again, it just added a little bit of subtleness to the background. And I'm just using the individual sort of leaves, not the whole stencil. And I'm trying to put them around the border or around the top to make a border around the page. Just having a look again now. I've got the fossilized amber, I think, again. I just thought I'd add a different colour leaf, or it might be a lime actually, I'm not sure. Wasn't very obvious though, so I pretty much decided straight away no, didn't like that. Probably having a rummage around to see what other ones I can find. And I did find this Memento green one. What's it called? Pear Tart. I've grabbed the smaller stencil, just adding a little bit more. And again, it's a little hard to see from the camera, but it did add a little bit to the background again as well. Just filling in that foliage. This is the first time I've done the Take 5 art journaling challenge. Not sure if I'll do it every month. I quite enjoyed doing it. I do like art journaling, and I don't do a lot of it these days. So it was nice to actually do one of the pages. And now I'm adding a little bit more foliage, and this time it's down the bottom of the page. I believe that's another Kaiser Craft stamp as well. Just changing stamps. Not sure what this particular stamp is actually. It is foliage of some type, but I'm not sure what the brand of stamp it is. Okay, and that one's I think it's a VersaFine. This one's more, you can actually see this one. This is quite a stronger green. But I thought that was nice. Needed a little bit more contrast. Nope, didn't like that one. Put that away pretty quickly. Went back to the VersaFine. And that's how I'm going to place the photograph. So I just thought I'd add a little bit more of the darker at the top as well. Just really filling in that border around the photograph. Now just distressing the edges, just so it stands out a little bit. Okay, now I do stick it down and I do start the journaling as well. And here you'll see I've actually done the journaling, and it just basically said that Greece was a place I'd like to visit. So that's my Take 5 art journaling page. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.